Why is it? What the fuck is happening? I'm so lost. What is going on? Are we live or what? What is it? It looks like. All right then. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into another iteration of the Grifties. It's your boy, the Grift God here, Atreus. I am here. I am not queer, and we got a lot to talk about, okay? I want to apologize for being late again, but you know, we on nigga standard time. There's a lot of stuff going on. I don't know what was happening with the stream just there. Like, it was sitting there loading for a good minute. I don't know what that was about, but we are here, and that is water under the bridge. How's everybody going? Shout out to Person who's in the chat. Old man Cad, who's in the chat, and we got. We have we do have a super chat in the building from Lazy Dunmer. Okay, he says Alyssa's new job has she finally found her new calling as a gong farmer. That is hilarious. Also, I'm noticing the stream is a little bit behind. I know damn well we're not having no internet problems. Hold on. I know damn well. Like, we've been good. We ain't we ain't having none of that. Anyway, how y'all doing? I'm glad to see y'all here. Let's see. Run this damn speed test really quick while I'm talking to y'all. I'm glad to see your job. You're gonna love that one. You're gonna love that one. Let's see. The internet looks perfect. Absolutely. I love to see them numbers. Y'all want to see them numbers? Look at them numbers. Look at them numbers. It would help. Why did this? Okay. I guess not. Hold on. Why the fuck? It's there. So why the fuck? Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. Let me get Windows out of the way just so y'all know, because I know y'all be roasting me about my internet, but here it is. Okay, 1200 down, 35 up, and remember we only used to get 24 up. And when it was and then when the internet was bad, it was worse. So yeah, we good on internet. So we good there. Anyway, so I don't want to waste too much of you guys' time. I don't plan on keeping y'all here long today. But we got a lot to grift on. So where do we want to start? I know where we're going to start. I know exactly where we're going to start. Shout out to Master of the TDS, man. Master. Master of the TDS with Gothic Therapy. They have once again apparently have exposed Sweet Baby Inc. Okay, you know our best friends over there at Sweet Baby
Going
Inc.
on, everybody,
and we gotta talk about it. So shouts out to them. I want to give them credit. He and his wife. Okay, I'm gonna bring up this video. We're gonna react to this video. I have not seen the video yet. I'm hoping there's some juicy details in here. And yeah, I mean, let's just get straight to it. You know what I'm saying? Let me know if y'all can't hear it. I'll be looking at the chat.
You've heard the
I can't even hear it. So how the fuck y'all gonna tell? God damn it. All right, let's try that again. Let's try that again.
the sound bites.
Go have a coffee with your marketing team and just terrify them with the possibility of what's going to happen if they don't give you what you want.
And if I can't sell them on, hey, don't do that, I can instill fear by suggesting that once it gets past us, someone else will take them down for this.
For years.
I've never even heard that quote. Somebody said it's loud. Somebody said, let me turn it down then. Let me turn it down. Let me turn it down. There we go. There we go. I never even heard that quote. Let me run that back again. I ain't never heard that one.
If I can't sell them on, hey, don't do that, I can instill fear by suggesting that once it gets past us, someone else will take them down for this.
For years.
I can instill fear but they aren't forcing anything, right? They aren't forcing anything. Make sure y'all hit the like button.
Kim Belair and Sweet Baby Inc. called it branding. Cheeky, disruptive, harmless, right? But today, we're done pretending.
Hold on.
Because
hold on. Boy, she got that wagon. Y'all see that?
now we have...
Again, look at that. Look at that curve. Ooh. I wish she wasn't with Sweet Baby Inc. I wish. Because holy, she got that wagon. Let's continue.
Now we have the receipts. A leaked clip from a real internal discussion where Sweet Baby Inc. didn't advise, they pushed. Again and again. Until the studio broke. This isn't narrative design, it's narrative domination. And this time, no spin can save them. Hello. What is going on, everybody? It is Master of the TDS, and I'm joined by my lovely wife.
Writing Raven.
Welcome back to the channel.
Before we jump in, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, because when we say you'll want to be here for the next one, we mean it.
Today's leak isn't theory. It isn't out of context. This is Sweet Baby Inc. admitting on camera that they wore a game studio down on purpose. You know the quotes. Terrify your marketing team, instill fear. People said it was just Kim being spicy.
But this time, it's not Kim. It's Cameron Wild, Sweet Baby's narrative designer, Kim's ally, Kim's employee, and the same person who once said, "I'm here to burn it all down." Totally normal, healthy consulting energy, right?
But this time, it's not branding. It's not cheeky. In this leaked clip, Cameron admits to hammering a studio again and again and again until they caved.
Not persuaded, not enlightened, broken.
This isn't narrative guidance. This is brute force submission. And once you hear it, you'll realize this isn't an exception. It's the playbook.
Roll the clip.
Definitely, there have been moments. I can think of one in.
First of all, nigga, Jesus Christ.
My leg!
Oh my God! What is up with all the, like, is it me? Are the only people that get hired? I'm sorry, y'all. Is it me? Or is it that the only people that ever get hired at companies like this are booty bandits? Okay? Let me get close to y'all. I kid you not. I kid you not. The only people that get hired at places like this are booty bandits. Make sure y'all hit the like button, man. Let's get back into it. It's not him. I know you freaky frogs out there. Damn, y'all got me talking like this. Y'all got me talking like this nigga Cater, man.
Particular, don't need to get into the specifics of the game, but it was a situation where the identity of the characters was fairly important that we get it right. And in this situation, we actually had to have a more heart-to-heart, really foundational conversation about these are some of the experiences that you are necessarily going to invoke, or some of the messages that you are going to invoke, some of the implications you are going to invoke, regardless of whether you want to or not. It's not a question of like, are you doing it well or are you doing it badly? It's just, it's there. And so here are the options for how that could go. And this was a pretty, I would say, like, unique situation where they were willing to take days of their time to talk with us about it. And I think in that situation, it was, as a marginalized person, I felt making myself very vulnerable, and being brutally honest of just like, hey, I think what you're doing is not cool. And then being met with a less than optimal response to that, and then having to say it again, and then again and again. What I would take out of that, what I have taken out of that in hindsight, is know where your personal and professional limit is. Choose your battles. Decide as much as you can which hills you're willing to die on and which, maybe you would rather not. I think that really will serve you well, and get very specific about your priorities. Be willing to let certain things go, maybe, but that comes with experience. It's not something that I knew in the moment. I think in hindsight, I will say I wish I had been a little less vulnerable. And so that is a very valuable piece of information that I now have about myself.
Let's break this down.
Okay. I gotta be honest. I was hoping for a little bit more juice than that. Gotta be honest. Can't even grift. That's not the smoking gun I was hoping for. However, it does lend credence to the things that we've been talking about when it comes to Sweet Baby Inc. from the jump. These are people who are trying to tell you that, hey, we're not here to force video game studios to do anything. Yet, I think that quote from the beginning, that was my first time hearing that. I think that quote was more juicy than what I just heard. Instill fear? She's literally admitted to extorting these studios twice. You literally do everything that we say you do. You literally do everything that we say you do. And his comments is like, pick and choose your battles, but like, do you really pick and choose your battles? I'm gonna let them continue though.
That wasn't hyperbole. That wasn't a joke. That wasn't taken out of context.
That was Cameron Wild describing how they kept pressing a studio again and again and again until the studio gave up.
They didn't collaborate. They didn't find middle ground. The studio just surrendered.
They even said the first response was less than optimal. So instead of respecting that, they went harder.
And when pushing didn't work fast enough, they got emotional. Not to connect, but to guilt, to manipulate.
Then Cameron said, I wish I had been less vulnerable. Not because they went too far, but because they resent needing to.
They didn't want dialogue, they wanted obedience, and they were pissed it took effort to get it.
And then came the kicker. People need to be willing to let things go. But they weren't talking about themselves, they were talking about the devs.
So let's call this what it is. Sweet Baby...
They wasn't talking about themselves. I don't know why y'all are saying they. This is clearly a he. He wasn't talking about himself. He was talking about the devs. Okay. I mean, based on what I heard, I thought he was referring to himself. He said you have to pick and choose your battle. Like I'm listening to this as him talking to others about how they go about their consulting agenda. And I thought that he was referring to himself when he says you have to pick and choose your battles. But if they're talking about the studio and them being the ones to let it go, well, goddamn. So I'm the one making the game, right? I'm the one making the game. Old Man Cat says, dude, that is a girl. Huh? Nah, no, sir. No. Sir, this is a boy. This is a boy. Nah, this is a boy. You said you're looking at her LinkedIn? Nah, cuz. Nah. This is a boy. There's no fucking way. Nah. What's his name? I heard his name was Cameron. What is his name? Cuz this is a boy. There's no way. Nah. It's no. Hold on. Hold on, gang. Hold on. We got to pause the video. Nah. Ain't no way. What's his name? Cameron what? What's the LinkedIn pro? Cameron. Sweet. Baby Inc. Cameron Wild. Bro, this is a boy. Nah, cuz. Where's the LinkedIn? There's no way this is a woman. No, that's Cameron. I need Cameron. I'm not seeing his LinkedIn. See this shit again. Let me see if I can click. That's from LinkedIn. Stupid computer. He says I'm trying. I'm trying. Nah, B. This is crazy. If this is an actual woman, like born a woman, I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see. Man, that's a man, bro. Nah, sure, get out of here. You mean that's him? Yeah, but I'm not seeing the LinkedIn profile though. Man, that's a man, bro. That is a man. It's just a really zesty looking man. There's no possible way that's a woman. See, Cameron. Co-founder. Nope, that's not it either. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm gonna go back to the video and then I'm gonna let old man Cad find it. Cause I don't see it, bro. That's gotta be a man, bro. There's no way. There's no possible way. All right, so let's get back to where they were.
Harder. And when pushing didn't work fast enough, they got emotional. Not to connect, but to guilt. To manipulate.
Then Cameron said, I wish I had been less vulnerable. Not because they went too far, but because they resent needing to.
They didn't want dialogue, they wanted obedience, and they were pissed it took effort to get it.
And then came the kicker. People need to be willing to let things go. But they weren't talking about themselves, they were talking about the devs.
So let's call this what it is. Sweet Baby Inc. says they're collaborators. But when studios push back, they pressure, they push, and they break you down.
And now they've admitted it. In their own words, no spin, no plausible deniability.
So the next time Sweet Baby Inc. smiles at the camera and says,
I'm the CEO of Sweet Baby Inc., which, contrary to popular belief, is not a DEI company, but a narrative development company.
remember this moment.
Because what they call help...
That is such a disingenuous comment. We're not a DEI company. We're a narrative consulting company. Do you think we're slow? You're a narrative consulting company that prioritizes diversity, equity, and inclusion. Like, who do you think you're talking to? I think you think you're talking to some of those black kids that are graduating, reading at a second grade level in the inner cities. Because no way you think you're talking to the reasonable people. Okay, old man Cad says, I was wrong, sorry. A Sweet Baby Inc. employee named Cameron Wild, who claims to be non-binary, admitted that his goal is burning the games industry to the ground. Yeah, I was finna say, bro, that is a man. Woo. If you was a woman looking like that, man, your existence is sad. I know it's sad. No way. That's a man. But yeah, though, going back to Kim Belair's comment, we're not a DEI company. Like, who do you think you're talking to? The non-binary thing was what threw it. Yeah, I feel you, bro. It's hard out here. Let's continue.
Emotional pressure. It was brute force narrative control. It was breaking down the developers until they gave in.
This confirms everything we've warned you about. The fear, the manipulation, the coercive tactics, and the industry silence that lets it thrive.
But not anymore. You've heard it. They can't walk it back. And they can't pretend we imagined it.
So share it, clip it, blow it up.
Because the louder this gets, the harder it becomes for them to hide behind that smile.
And if you work in games, ask yourself, are you telling your story or are they?
Sweet Baby doesn't do what gamers think it does?
Well, now, that's verifiably false.
And then being met with a less than optimal response to that, and then having to say it again, and then again and again, and then having to say it again, and then again and again.
And there you have it. There you have it. So, yeah, I mean, I see it. You know what I'm saying? Definitely forcing themselves onto people. I just find it interesting how quickly they will, like, literally gaslight you, lie to your face, tell you that what your eyes and ears are seeing and hearing isn't what they're seeing and hearing. It's crazy to me. It's absolutely crazy to me. You literally hear them say it. Kim Belair has talked about extorting companies twice on camera with impunity. We're not a DEI company, bitch. You better be glad your ass is thick as goddamn peanut butter, because I would eviscerate you. I would eviscerate you, but I'm a simp, okay? I'm a simp, and it's really hard for me to eviscerate attractive women. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why I'm the only person Melanie Mac did not block, okay? I ain't shit. I already know I ain't shit. I know it. I absolutely, positively know it. But it is what it is. All right, let's move on. All right, what y'all talking about in these comments, man? LinkedIn profile is set to private now. Makes sense. Makes sense. It's all good, bro. It's hard out here. I live in Atlanta, so it's hard to tell nowadays. But I knew that was a man. Fuck that. Imagine being, if that was actually a biological woman and she came up to you in a club looking and sounding like that, I might blow my own brains out. So, there's that. All right. Let's move on. What we got next? Agenda board. Let's take our magic eraser here. We can take that off. Yeah, we're trying to get organized around here. Okay. All right. All right, I know where we're going next. Alyssa, where you at, girl? We on your ass again. Make sure y'all hit the like button, because we finna roast Alyssa Mercante again. Old man, Cad, no. I'm not looking at that nigga's lips, bro. What's wrong with you? Not looking at that nigga's lips. Are you tripping? You crazy? You gotta hit a pause after that one. Alyssa, where you at, baby girl? We on your ass again. And we gonna be on your ass every single day. Every single day. Until you just let it go. So that was a little bit of part of the Alyssa Mercante grift that I forgot to go over the other day. Or it's not that I forgot to go over. It's that I didn't know about this information as I was talking about it, right? So y'all remember this tweet right here, okay? This is Mercante. She says, "So fucked that I lost my job. I am struggling to get a new one because of a year plus long harassment campaign. I am a human being. Not having health insurance is scary. Moving apartments in the midst of all of this is a huge financial strain. I was doing my job well, okay, before all of this happened. The cruelest people got what they wanted, and people in this industry just let it happen. Thank you to everyone supporting me and giving me the freelance work they can spare. I stand by everything that I have done throughout my career and believe that sticking up for yourself and other people should never hinder your work." Okay? Well, there is a lie. There is an absolute lie in this tweet or this post on Blue Sky. She says, "I am struggling to get a new one as far as a job goes." This is a lie. She has a new job, gang. She has.
I've never seen myself represented. This is awesome because I've never seen myself.
Shouts out to that boy Christopher Baker with the $20 super chat. He said, "Fuck that bitch." I know that's right.
Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch.
One more time for Christopher Baker.
Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch.
Let's get it. Let's get it. I appreciate you, Chris. I appreciate you. So yeah, there's a lie. And we're about to bring up our proof of said lie. Because I don't even know why I did that. I should never did that. I should just kept the screen up. This is what she posted the same day, gang. Walking to a restaurant shift and feeling 25 again. Laughing my ass off. And she followed it up by saying, laughing my ass off. What a life I am. What a life am I right? Oh, yeah. What a life am I right? Nah. Y'all know what we got to do. We have to go ahead and pour out one for Alyssa Mercante, who went from sex worker to senior writer at Kotaku to unemployed to working tables.
What more do you want from me?
Oh my God!
My leg! My leg!
Do you taste that in the air? Do you taste that? It's called justice! It's called justice. Absolute justice. At 30, what is she, 37? At 37 years old, yo ass working tables. Why? Because you wouldn't shut up. You just wouldn't be quiet. And now, your entire life hinges on a frivolous lawsuit against Smash JT. Because if you do not win this lawsuit, gang, it's over. Because Smash, at least according to his own words, is going to countersue you for all of those lawyer fees. And I remember, my boy raised $60,000. I don't even think you made that last year at Kotaku. That's just me personally. That's what I believe. I don't even think you made that last year. However much this lawyer is costing, I don't think you can afford it. Johnny Guillotine says she 37. Dude, I thought she was in the mid-40s. Nah, she ain't that old yet. She ain't that old. You know, this brings me back to Frosk, right? Frosk, remember, sexism in gaming, okay? Frosk said, to hell with this. I'm up out of there. She left on her own volition. Yeah, she was run out, but she could have kept working in games if she wanted to. Nope, she got out. Frost Curran said, nah, I can't take it. And she's somewhere living a peaceful life. Nobody, her name still gets brought up, but it's in comparison to other situations. Nobody's dragging Frost through the mud now. Granted, her legacy in the video game industry is going to be forever tarnished. You could have done the same thing. Instead, you decided to keep poking the bear. And now look at you. In the Gamergate lights and in the history books, there's going to be a line that said, former Kotaku senior editor was ran so far out of gaming, this bitch was working tables. She working tables. And it's not because we spied on her and figured it out. It's because the bitch wouldn't be quiet. Stop posting. Why are you posting this? There's no, gang, let me tell y'all something. Gang, no way in hell would I ever get on the internet. If my YouTube fails and never grows again. I will never get on the internet and give the opposition the ammo they need to roast my ass. You're going to have to come find it. Imagine me, former YouTubers, he wasn't growing no more, so he went out there and started selling crack or fentanyl. All because I posted some shit. Nah, B. You know how embarrassing this is? Remember when remember in Spider-Man when Mary Jane was telling Peter about how she was acting on Broadway, doing her thing, and then Peter caught her ass leaving the fucking local diner, and her boss came out and said, "Hey, bitch, you better do these tables right next time." Mary Jane was like, lying ass, trying to cap like you out here got an acting career, and you in there pushing tables. Hey, a hustle is a hustle. Do your thing. But you out here trying to pretend like you just the best journalist. No, sweetheart. No, you're not. I don't ever think you was a good journalist. And that's the reason you're unemployed now. We'll move on. Oh, boy. Ain't that funny? Mary Jane, redhead. Alyssa Mercante. Well, at least she was a redhead. I don't know if she's still a redhead. You know what you should do, Mercante? Fuck that. Do your makeup and go work at Hooters. Put that ass to work. Put that ass to work. I just got a great idea. I should open up a Hooters spot, like a sort of like a restaurant, but for nerds. All the way, it'd be like a gaming spot, but you come down, sit down and eat, drink, whatever the case may be. There's games everywhere. But the waitresses are all Sydney Sweeney with ass cheeks hanging out. And Rax. Yeah. Oh, that would giggity. That would be fun. Somebody said she's flat. Well, I'll tell you this. She got more ass than Sydney Sweeney. And Sydney Sweeney was looking good in that Hooters fit. So Hooters is going bankrupt. Probably because they kept hiring all them Big Shirleys to work up there.
Big Shirley!
OnlyFans needs to shut down for Hooters to come back. So do y'all think that men aren't going to Hooters anymore because they're on OnlyFans? That's sad. Why would you rather go through a screen, pay that money for a screen for a woman you can never touch when you can go into Hooters and at least get a hug? At least get a hug. Damn. You know what? I love Hooters, but I've never been to Twin Peaks. Let me go to Twin Peaks before they end up shutting down. Y'all niggas gotta get out. Y'all niggas gotta get out of that OnlyFans trans, man. Parasocial relationships? Yeah, nah, seriously. Person says no, Hooters was popular even back when corn was a thing. Regular corn. Shout out to Sigma Human. She can work Tuesday mornings at a strip bar. Nah, nobody want to see her strip. Have you seen her chest? Certified minus A cups. She need to keep her chest covered up, but her ass cheeks out. Hugs don't mean you're going to see it bare like on OF. Fair, but like on OF, you can't get any interaction at all. Nah, fuck that. Lazy Dumber says, but I don't want to touch grass. Fair enough. Let's move on. Where are we gonna go next? Let's get the magic eraser. We can scrub Alyssa off this. All right. Okay, let's talk marathon. Okay. Let's talk marathon. I saw something interesting that I want to talk about. Let me see if I can find it. All right. Giggity, giggity, giggity. Where you at? Here we go. All right. Y'all ready? Let's get it. I saw this tweet from Grums, right? He says, still impressed with this. It was smart and the right response for Bungie and Marathon to do this. You don't often find smart PR moves in AAA gaming. Well, what is he talking about? Let's go to this tweet right here. New Marathon leadership. Marathon leadership was reportedly nervous after the gameplay revealed reactions and hoped lifting the NDA for the upcoming closed alpha would help shift the narrative. After the reaction to the gameplay reveal, leadership was nervous, but they tried to reassure teams. Ultimately, they figured it would shift the narrative if the NDA was lifted. So let's see. This comes over from Paul Tassi. That is the source for this. Okay, this is document. Why did this happen? Per my sources, a few things were going on here. The closed alpha exists truly as a technical test ahead of the launch. They didn't want it open now to everyone because they need to limit the number of players so things don't totally break. They need at least a somewhat limited test like this, certainly not uncommon in the industry. Bungie did the NDA assuming things would leak given the scope of the test, but as long as it would be somewhat limited, it would be good enough. They weren't going to take anyone to court over it. After the reaction to the gameplay reveal, leadership was nervous, but they tried to reassure teams. Ultimately, they figured it would shift the narrative if the NDA was lifted. I'm also seeing a ton of codes go out, plus friend codes, so I wonder how many alpha denials are even going to happen. It does in fact seem to have helped. There will be an open beta, likely in August, much closer to launch, where you will then be able to pre-order its various editions ahead of September 23 launch. At this time, as everyone assumes, Marathon costs $40 in the vein of Helldivers 2 and yes, Concord. You simply cannot pull the trigger this late on suddenly making the game free to play, even if it's a common complaint. Not that it's the plan anyway at this point. There you have it. So apparently, what Bungie has done, according to what I just read, is they decided that they was going to do the closed alpha and lift the NDA so that people can talk about it and hopefully shift the narrative regarding the gameplay. When is the closed alpha? I don't know. While I do believe this is a good decision, because what have we been talking about ever since Gamergate has started? Transparency. I just don't know if this is going to help. I'm sorry. Because if you made a boring ass game, it's going to be boring no matter how transparent you are. I don't care. Like, the game looks boring, bro. This person says, imagine making a game that looks this good and being nervous about the gameplay reveal. People really need to not be so quick to get all judgy. You see, comments like this are funny. Because you notice how Split Fiction, immediately a hit. Split Fiction, immediately a hit. Helldivers, immediately a hit. Like, didn't Black Myth Wukong go viral when their gameplay was revealed? So what are you talking about? People not to be so quick to get all judgy. Nigga, I'm looking at the game. It looks boring. And I gotta pay $40? No! I refuse! When I see that game, I'm gonna go. Talk that bitch. I don't want it. I don't want to play it. care about you. Don't get so judgy. Nah, go fuck yourself. Let's see if we can find some gameplay. Maybe it looks better if we can actually watch some people play it. Marathon gameplay. Nah, we already saw 15 minutes of marathon gameplay. We already saw that. Okay. Here we got some. Here go a 30-second clip. Let's take a look at this.
Shield broke on the locust shield broke.
Okay, right down, right side, one knock.
I knocked another one.
Knocked another one. I think that's all.
Yeah, hold on. Anything? Yeah. Nice.
That's all.
I'm from somewhere. Maybe it's a dead body.
Warning, reinforcements detected.
Alright, this is...
I don't know. Let's see if we can find some other clips. Let me see if we can find something else. We already seen that 15. Well, we didn't watch the whole 15-minute clip. Okay, let's see what this guy's talking about.
Is it the weather? Can the weather break the glass, or is that people? Oh, I'm scared.
I don't know.
Oh!
You're definitely getting shocked.
All right, it's an AI. We're good.
More.
We're not good. I repeat, we're not good.
Also, far left.
Yep, I'm throwing in my little tick bomb. Go, little buddy. Bitbot, go, Bitbot. I'm gonna call him that now. Oh, I killed him! Let's go. Look, good job, Bitbot. I'm proud of you.
There's more bots.
Yep, I see him. Headshot, dead. I hear a sniper in the background. Southeast of where the bots are. I think you killed him.
Was he on the floor down here?
Yeah.
There were two.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a blue light. We're good. Holy crap, that was sick. Wait, that was so fast. I'm not gonna pick it up if I don't.
It just looks like neon Call of Duty to me, with less action. Let me.
Down.
Oh my god.
Nice. Down.
Oh my god. Hold up. Okay, let's try it again.
We got Chris Kyle in this bitch. Oh. They're gonna try to pick their buddy up. I believe. Down. Nice. Down. We got Chris Kyle in this bitch.
Oh, on me.
He's finishing forward. Damn. Dickhead. Hold on. I got you. They're gonna try.
I'm sorry, guys. I just don't see it. But hold on. Let me throw this out there though. I may be biased because I just don't like Call of Duty that much anymore. And this looks like neon Call of Duty to me. Who made that game Hyperscape? Wasn't that Ubisoft as well? Let me take a look. Who made that game? Yep, Ubisoft. Ubisoft made Hyperscape. I actually had fun playing Hyperscape. I actually had fun playing Hyperscape. That shit got shut down. And if that shit got shut down, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ubisoft. You finna have another flopperoni on hand. Oh, y'all can't even see it. I'm sorry. This was Hyperscape. What's going on, our man Rich the Swag Lord? It's been a minute since I seen you in my chat. Maybe over a year, if I'm not mistaken. But it's good to see you here. Kokona Lemonade, what's going on? My first time seeing you here. Hyperscape did not make it a whole year, and I'm mad because I spent money in that game. I did. I thought it was pretty decent. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like, am I tripping, gang? Before we move on to the next thing, didn't me and Kata just make a me and Kata just made a bet recently, and I can't remember what that bet was about. I feel like it was box office numbers for a movie. Damn you, Cryptic Beats. Somebody remind me what that bet. I think it was on New Black Street. We had a bet going. I think it was on the show that Real Life Fake Wizard came on. What did we bet on? Fantastic Four. That's what it was. Thank you, Benji. Thank you, Benji. Yeah. I got to remember that because I feel like I'll forget that. If Fantastic Four makes more than 800 million or not. Did I bet that it was going to make at least 800 million? Oh, I think I did. Oh, I said that before. Ooh, I said that before we saw Silver Surfer, though, didn't I? Ooh. That ain't good. That is not good. I can't believe I did that. Because now with the Silver Surfer. Oh, man, I might lose that bet. Who did I have to come dressed up as? I think it was Joe Biden. Wasn't it Joe Biden? I had to come on the show dressed as Joe Biden if I lose that bet. Well, can y'all do me a favor? I would much rather see him dressed as AOC. So can y'all go and see Fantastic Four when it comes out? God damn, I don't want to come dressed up as Joe Biden. We should do more bits. No Fantastic Four movie has passed 350 million. It's a good point, but I think a lot of people are going to be lining up to see Galactus, though. Floptastic 4 is insane. Kata said it won't make more than 800 million, and you said it will. If you lose, you got to dress like Biden. If Kata loses, then you dress like AOC. Facts. Facts. All right, let's see. Let's get to the next topic. Somebody brought up Expedition 33 earlier, and I'm so glad that you did, because this game is shaping up to be one of those barn burners. Let me see if I can pull it up. Okay. And here we go. Expedition 33 says, today for the first time we read the words of people who finally held our dream in their hands in its entirety. This has been beyond our wildest imaginations. Thank you all. Truly, our game was crafted by a small, passionate group of RPG fans, writers, artists, and musicians. Metacritic had it sitting at a must play. Just a reminder that Expedition 33 is made by former Ubisoft devs, just to put into perspective what talent that company was wasting. Holy crap. Here's a list of the reviews. RPG Site 10. I don't know what that shit is. Critical Hits 10. DualShockers 10. CG Magazine 10. Destructoid 9.5. Xbox Era 9.5. IGN 9. GameSpot 9. Game Informer 9. PSX Brazil 9. Noisy Pixel 9. Push Square 9. Metacritic and OpenCritic both got them at a 92. Now, we got to stay consistent, guys. because we've been roasting journalists. Journalists, the video game journalists, we've been roasting them. We don't trust them in their opinion. But recently, especially with the Trump administration and stuff like that, a lot of journalists been back on their shit. Like, whoever working at PC Gamer right now, somebody walked in their office and said, hey, yo, Trump is in office. It's time to tighten the hell up. I mean, this is crazy. Tomorrow, this game, hey, yo, is the game out today? Nah, no way. Nah, is it out? Nah, bro, I don't, come on, man. I don't have. Ooh. Oh, it come out tomorrow. Okay, it come out tomorrow. You scared me. You scared me. It comes out tomorrow. How am I gonna make this work? How am I going to make this work? Because I really want to play this game. And I want to play it with you guys. How am I going to make this work? We'll figure it out. Because I got to do Grifty the Clown tomorrow. And we got to play South of Midnight. Switch 2 pre-orders tomorrow in the US too. La 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 la. I don't care. I'm not getting it. I was going to get it until they fucked it up. I Man Rich the Swag Lord says, I seen people playing it today. You know, I don't even want to see no spoilers. But this is great. But it just goes to illustrate, gang. It goes to illustrate how we don't need AAA developers. We don't need them. Damn, it's been a minute since I seen Neo GameSpark. That nigga got me blocked. Or what? Oh, no, he ain't got me blocked. He says, reading all these reviews for Expedition 33 with everyone saying it's got one of the best combat systems of all time, an incredible story and presentation and wonderful music. Are we ready for tomorrow? I am. I've been looking forward to that. Expedition 33 is a love letter to games that shaped me. Thank you to everyone who has already played it, and safe travels to those about to embark. Verso awaits, tomorrow comes. Okay, even Pirate Nation jumping in on it. Expedition 33 is made by former Ubisoft devs when the company used to make good games. I know that's right. What's going on, Roadkill? Johnny Guillotine says we don't need Hollywood anymore either. You goddamn right, we don't need them. Ryan McCaffrey, the Expedition 33 team, when they got the call from Microsoft, we like to support your awesome new original RPG by launching it on Game Pass. By the way, we're also launching an Elder Scrolls Oblivion remaster the same week. Is Expedition 33 coming out on Game Pass? Nah, no way. Oh, it's coming on Game Pass. You know what I'm gonna do? We got Grifty the Clown. Coming tomorrow night. If we hit at least tier 1 on Grifty on the South of Midnight stream, somebody's gonna get a copy. The copy that I would have bought for myself, Expedition 33. Now, I don't know if y'all saw. Let me do this really quick. I don't know if y'all saw. I know a lot of y'all probably didn't see. We did Grifty the Clown last night. See, some of y'all didn't see that, did y'all? Yeah, y'all didn't see that. That's right. Yep. Last night. Yep, we sure did. We played South of Midnight last night, but I played it on my gaming channel. So if you want to keep up with Grifty the Clown, you got to subscribe to the gaming channel, Atreus Plays. I'll drop the link down in the comments. Hold up. Here we go. There it is. So there's the link to Atreus Plays. All Grifty the clown streams are gonna go to Atreus Plays. Okay. All right. That's where that's gonna go. But in the meantime, yeah, I'm gonna be giving away a copy. If we hit Crypto Beat says, no, that's cheating. No, let me tell you why I did it like that. The reason why it's on that channel is because the way the algorithm works, gang, is that what's going on, 8-Bit Eric? The way the algorithms, you should make the account name Grifty or something. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that. The reason why I did it like that is because the way the algorithm works, if you go live twice, one is not going to get pushed into the algorithm. They only give you a notification for one stream and 3 videos, which is why you see like Hypnotic only does 3 videos a day. He does 1 live stream on his main channel, and he plays video games on his other channel. So my fear, like if you ever seen in the past, whenever we do gaming streams on my main channel, they never do anything that the news show does. Like this show right here. They always do like astronomically worse. So I figured, well, I just put the gaming streams over on Atreus Plays and build it up so that when you guys want to see me play stuff, you can at least get the notification there. Because if I do a live show and then later on that night do a gaming stream, y'all aren't going to get the notification. Versus if I do a live show and then go live on the gaming channel, you'll get both of those. At least theoretically speaking, you should get both of those notifications. Limitless Andre says, I still don't get the notifications for his first videos. For Hypnotic, yeah, I don't know what's going on with YouTube, gang. I really don't. But anyway, shouts out to Expedition 33. I can't wait to play. I can't wait. And shouts out to those former Ubisoft employees who developers who are just so talented. They took their talent elsewhere and did what Ubisoft can't. They deserve every dollar. I'm going to play it on Game Pass, but I'm going to give away my copy to somebody else if we hit tier 1 on Grifty the Clown. Okay. Also, I think we're going to give away another copy on Friday. On Friday for New Blackstreet. Yeah, I'm going to talk to Kate on that. We're going to give away. I'm going to tell him he should give away if he was going to get it. I'm going to talk to him about it. Anyway, let's get to it. Let's get back to the grips, okay? All right. Expedition 33. Dum. Got that out of the way. Andor. Oh, and Cryptid Beats. Hey, hit me up in the Discord, bro. I got a potential job for you. See if you're interested in this job. Anyway, Andor. Have y'all seen this Andor situation? Huh. Whatever. Anyway, have y'all seen this Andor situation? This is wild. So apparently, I don't know if y'all like when people say Star Wars is dead. Star Wars is dead. Star Wars is dead. Like nobody's talking. Did y'all even know that season 2 of Andor was out? Johnny Guillotine says, Atreus, you got any more Larry King style interviews coming up? You know what? I need to do better about that. I am trying to interview Jared Roberts, though. I'll see if he responds. But like the way that I want to do those interviews is that I want to interview people who have opposing point of views. Like 8-Bit Eric is in the chat. I mean, of course it'd be funny having 8-Bit Eric, you know, on New Blackstreet, but we all agree, so it's not really anything to interview him about. But like interviewing somebody like Dread Roberts about Goonergate would be fun, right? And very, you know, we'll see what he says. But you know, yeah. But anyway, so Andor, apparently season 2 of Andor is out and nobody freaking cares. But this is how you get people to actually talk about the show. Whew. Get ready for this one, gang. Andor creator explains the shocking sexual assault scene. We're all a product of cheek taking. Nigga, excuse me?
Oh my God!
Nigga said we are all a product of grape. Nah. I gotta click on this. What in tarnation? Oh, I didn't even have to do that. I already had it opened up. Okay, so here we go, gang. Disney Plus's acclaimed Andor has stretched the creative boundaries of Star Wars in countless ways, bringing a grown-up sensibility to the galaxy far, far away. Yet, even by Andor standards, a scene from the second season is leaving fans shocked. An Imperial officer tries to violently grape a rebel fugitive, Bix Colleen Andrea, that's the actor, who is hiding out in a farming settlement while Imperial troops are rounding up undocumented citizens, okay? All right, it continues. The sequence plays out over the course of the show's 3rd episode. The first 3 episodes were released all at once on Tuesday, with the officer's flirtation with Bix growing increasingly persistent and eventually culminating with a brutal life and death struggle. Bix eventually gets the upper hand and the officer is killed, but Andor boldly leaves zero ambiguity as to what viewers just witnessed as Bix screams, "He tried to grape me." Okay? Star Wars is a franchise that has never, in film form, shown any consensual sex. During its first season, Andor pushed the envelope with scenes that suggested sex was about to take place or just had much like old Hollywood films during the Hays Code censorship era, okay? When asked about the big scene, Andor creator Tony Gilroy explained to the Hollywood Reporter that when telling a story about war, shying away from sexual assault didn't feel truthful. I get one shot to tell everything I know or can discover or that I've learned about revolution, about battles, with as many incidents, as many colors as I can get in there without having the story tip over, says Gilroy. I mean, let's be honest, man. The history of civilization, there's a huge arterial component of it that's grape. All of us who are here, we are all the product of grape. I mean, armies and power throughout history have committed grape. So to not touch on it in some way, it just was organic and it felt right. Coming about as a power trip for this guy, I was really trying to make a path for Bix that would ultimately lead to clarity, but a difficult path to get back to clarity. And there you go.
Oh my God!
Okay. So, to be fair, after getting the entire context of what he said, it sounded so much better there. Ain't it crazy how headlines can make you sound wild? But if you read the article, I think the additional context that he gave there would suffice. I think when you put it like that, the history of war, I wouldn't say that we're all a product of somebody's cheeks getting taken, but I would say that if we were able to go that far down the lineage, there's a strong possibility that you were the product of somewhere way down the line, somebody possibly getting their cheeks taken, especially if you black and you light skinned. I'm just saying. Okay. All right. But this has sparked up a storm on. I mean, this is absolutely got people up in arms, gang. Okay, not that you guys care because you know it's Star Wars, but but people are pissed. People are pissed. Now, Star Wars Theory had an interesting comment that he's honestly getting roasted for. Let's see what he had to say. He says sexual assault in Star Wars feels unnecessary. You can portray power dynamics and making the audience hate the Empire in other ways without taking it to such a disgusting place. Vader wouldn't tolerate that shit, nor does the Empire condone it. It has no place in Star Wars, period. Unnecessary. I just want to preface this by saying I like Star Wars Theory. I do. But the clown horn of the day goes to Star Wars Theory. Because, nigga, what? First of all, I agree with the first part. So let's talk about this angle. Should a creator show things like sexual assault, grape in movies? I think as long as you're not fetishizing it, yes. You want to hit home? You want to grab people's emotional strings? Doing that. They did it in Spit on Your Grave, and I think it's one of the best movies ever made. And yeah. Does it belong in Star Wars though? Hell no. Absolutely not. Why would you put this in Star Wars? But I guess this is your attempt to kind of like get the wheels turning on Star Wars a bit because it's been going nowhere fast. And so at the very least, you got people talking. But are they watching? Are they watching? Now let's go to the second part about what he says. This nigga Star Wars Theory said Vader wouldn't tolerate that shit, nor does the Empire condone it. Nigga, excuse me? What do you mean? Picture Darth Vader walking throughout the Death Star, right? He opens up a door, and there's an Imperial officer trying to snatch the cheeks from a rebel. And he goes, "We do not tolerate grape on the Death Star. You are a disgrace to the dark side." And you... What? What? No, just... No, I'm sorry. Just, no, you booty bandit. Come on, Star Wars Theory. I think he was trying to be tongue in cheek. Look, Person says Vader killed children. He don't care who you violate. Exactly. Man, Imagine a rebel come up. They're about to be executed by Darth Vader. He puts up his lightsaber. Any last words before I chop your head off? And the freaking rebel goes, "Yeah, your Imperial officer took my cheeks a minute ago." "Oh, you are a disgrace to the dark side." Just like what? Come on, Theory. Come on, Theory. This ain't it, gang. The Empire wouldn't condone it. Are you serious? Are you serious? The niggas who blow up planets with millions of people on it wouldn't tolerate a little bit of cheek taking. You sure about that? Yeah, sure. Omna 187 says he wouldn't. His mother was raped by Tusken Raiders. Okay. Let me push back on that. Victims, it is often that victims of grape or who are proximity to grape oftentimes emulated. R. Kelly was graped by his own, his older sister? Grew up graping niggas. That's just one example. But I mean, that's a good argument though. That's a good argument though. I just have a sneaking suspicion if the Empire was real, there's no way there would be like huge consequences for cheek taking. I'm sorry. I just don't believe it. If anything, I think Vader would walk in and say, "Yes, embrace the dark side." Like, come on, man. Come on, what are we doing here? And unfortunately, he's getting cooked for it. He's getting the audacity. Oh, I'm sorry. The audacity to say shit like this is only afforded to the kind of men that reject the harshness of reality for their own comfort. But Vader wouldn't tolerate this shit. It's the funniest way to ever possibly respond to this. Yeah, I'm sorry. Omni also says, also in the books, when he realized Leia was his daughter, he fell into depression because he tortured her. I mean, so we all know that Vader took a turn. I'm just saying, in a moment, I just can't see Darth Vader seeing somebody getting their cheeks taken and going, "Oh, how dare you!" And I just can't see it. I could be wrong though. But yeah, that was egregious. Even Kata, I believe Kata had a comment on this. Let me see. Where'd you go, Kata? He goes, where did it go? He goes, SA doesn't belong in Star Wars. There is no discussion to be had about it. And I agree. I just don't know why we talking about somebody's cheeks being taken in, or why are we discussing, why are we showing that? Not in Star Wars.
I've never seen myself represented. This is awesome because I've never seen myself.
Shout out to Eric Jenkins, who can now see himself. He says, with the $2 super chat, he says, "A bitch love a good choking per ATL thought research." Per Shannon Sharp. Can I get a griff? Griff. Oh, man. But yeah, no, that's insane, though. All in all, ain't nobody watching Star Wars. Ain't nobody watching Star Wars. Sorry. I don't care what controversial shit you put in it. Nobody's watching it. All right. I think I'll save these last 3 topics for tomorrow. That will conclude the show. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Yeah, so tonight I want to get back on First Berserker. Continue that journey. Tomorrow night we'll be back on what am I trying to say here? South to Midnight as Grifty the Clown. Also comic book reading stream tomorrow. Okay, so look out for that. Also, additionally, make sure you guys are subscribed to Atreus Plays. So that you can you'll know when Grifty the Clown is going live. What else? Follow me on Instagram if you're not already following.
I've never seen myself represented. This is awesome because I've never seen myself represented. This is awesome because I've never seen myself.
Shouts out to Eric Jenkins with the $2 super chats, who just giving me monkey stickers. Lord have mercy.
Hello, monkeys.
Roadkill with the $2 super chat. Shouts out to you, my guy. And congratulations to both of you guys. You can now see yourselves. I'm going to post my Instagram in the chat for those of you who don't follow. I've been posting a lot there lately, more than I've done in the past. So yeah, if you want to keep up with your boy, follow me on Instagram. As far as Person brings up an interesting. Did I see Kata eat a bean pie? I saw a really sus clip. I don't know if he was eating a bean pie. He was eating something, and he said some gay ass shit. So I look forward to that clip. Anyway, so you guys enjoy the rest of your day. As always, may the grift be with you. Yeah, I'll talk to y'all later.